Did Leia kick you out of the house again?
Not again. I mean, I'm allowed to go back. I just have to do it at night while she's asleep. And leave before she wakes up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's good. Now, Big Dad's over, and I didn't want to stay up all night having him listen to one half of my conversation.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, for him.
That would have been weird. Oh, yeah. It's not for you. You're like, who cares for me?
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Perfectly normal for me.
Faye hears one half of our conversation every single night, or every time we talk.
Yeah.
So she's like, that made no sense.
It makes perfect sense. It's 100% all the way good.
100% nonsensical?
Yeah. What's been going on?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I feel like everything.
Everything.
I think I'm getting sick. And everything, so.
What you getting sick for?
I don't know, man. I think it's just running around so much. I've been like super busy, you know, and I mean, yeah, I work and everything, but I'm just active in other things too, and I don't think I'm getting enough sleep and everything, and you know, it's whatever.
Staying up all night streaming video games is taking its toll on you.
Has been. I gotta take it easy on the streaming the video games. Although I'm doing really good, Martin.
Oh, are you?
Doing really good. Yeah.
What's the criteria for doing good? How do you know you're doing good at it?
Well, I've got more followers than people that have been doing it a lot longer than me.
Okay.
Number one. I got 20 followers now, which is really good.
All right. Very good. Very good.
I average, you know, like views per session, you know, I have that. Like you're supposed to reach a certain point to get what is called affiliate. You have to have a certain number of things. And like, for example, you need to have 50 friends or 50 followers. And then you got to have a certain number of views per session. Okay. And so like in 30 days, you have to have all you have to have is 3 views per session. And I average like 4 or 5 right now.
Okay.
And then you also have to have 500 minutes of streaming. 500 minutes of streaming in a month, which isn't that much.
Okay.
And so that's 8 hours, you know. I've got like, since I started doing it, I have like 480, and I've been doing it less than a month. And the last one was you gotta stream on seven different times. Like you can't 7 different days. Like you can't do 7 streams in one day. Yeah. You gotta do 7 streams in a month time, different days. Okay. And so, I can do that easy. So even if I stream 2 to 3 times a week, which I'm probably gonna just do 2 times a week, because I'm not able to play as much, and so, but I'm getting creative. I got like I'm learning a lot about like, you know, different things and different programs and sound and everything. And it's been hard, but it's annoying. PCs annoy the crap out of me, dude. They're like the worst. So, but
isn't that what makes the magic happen, though? Isn't it your PC that's allowing you to do all this nonsense?
It is. It drives me nuts, but it is. It is. And I'm actually, and like my PC is having some issues right now because like one of the memory sticks or both the memory sticks are kind of messed up, and I have new memory coming because the company sent it to me, but it was like on back order, and so I've been waiting for like since the day I got it, which is like maybe a month or so, maybe less than a month. Yeah, less than a month. I've been waiting for the new memory modules to come in, and I think it come in tomorrow. Just got to pop those suckers in there, and should have no problems at all. So,
did you build this PC?
No, it's built for me, but I can literally see the memory right now. I'm looking at it right now, and I can see it. Yeah. So,
and it just looks slow.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like,
unacceptable.
This memory is unacceptable right now. He's not doing a very good job.
Man, that sounds like so many of my memories.
Yeah,
unacceptable. Memories. Not doing the right job.
They're not doing a good job. They're messing up royally. They're being such a letdown memory. So,
you said you had a bunch of stuff you wanted to talk about. What did you want to talk about?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember now. You have anything to talk about?
The new church secretary started.
Oh yeah? How did that go?
It's going all right. I mean, she's in a training period. So she's going to be training for a couple of weeks with Miss Ann. Miss Ann will whip her into shape, and then that'll be it.
How long is that going to take?
Till the end of the month. So Ann's here until the 31st.
Really?
Yeah. It's a very complex job up here, man. Very complex. I mean, you have to put numbers into the program, and you have to play with Microsoft Publisher, and that's pretty much what you got to do.
I have an idea for you.
Yeah.
It's not my idea.
It's not yours.
It's someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Very good service for churches.
Yeah.
But what, I have someone that's thinking about opening their own business.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you know how you have a lot of churches have a financial secretary and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She can do all of that remotely.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be. You don't have to be on site for it. You do need somebody on site to make deposits and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But all bills can be paid online. And so she's thinking about starting a business where she basically subcontracts herself out to do that for churches.
Yeah, another nonprofits or whatever.
Yeah, and manage, manages 20 accounts. She could manage up to 20 accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a neat idea.
That's what I tried to talk these guys into doing, but they weren't having it. They want to have.
I even told her
secretary.
I told them. I said, I think that's it. When she was talking to me, I said, I think I know somebody that would have loved to have something like this.
Would have loved it.
Yeah,
was looking for exactly that thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm going to tell her that you said that because she will freak out a little bit. She'll be like, oh, maybe it'll encourage her to start, And I told her, because she's got she does our books and everything, mm-hmm. and pick up a couple here and there and keep your full-time job. Go from there. Yeah.
Yeah, because what are we talking about? We're talking about some basic bookkeeping kind of stuff. I mean, this is as long as all the information's given to you, you should be good to go. Budget
analysis, things like that, payroll,
mm-hmm.
All that can be done remotely.
Yeah.
It can be pretty cool, and I think it's a great idea. I think it's a huge resource for churches
mm-hmm.
that are in need, even smaller churches, that maybe can't afford certain things, it's perfect for them.
I know several churches, particularly in my town, that could utilize something like this because they don't have a secretary. They have volunteers who end up doing all their bookkeeping, which means that their bookkeeping is kind of a wreck. I mean, let's face it, volunteers generally, this isn't a rule, but generally are not as reliable as paid staff.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but a lot of
when you pay somebody, it's accountability.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can always just take that money away. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, hey,
mm-hmm.
what am I going to do now?
It's smarter for churches to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very smart.
But things are going really good with Megan so far. Ann and Megan are getting along really good. So, optimistic.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Stress.
That's why I have this cold sore right here. That's why.
Yeah.
Stress related to this. Or moving.
Are you stressed out? That's
what Leia says. I think that she says that cold sores are caused by stress, but I'm not so sure about that.
I think they're caused by cold sores, isn't it?
Yeah, it's herpes. That's what's caused it.
Yeah.
Is the herpes.
The old herpes.
Yep.
The herpes is flaring up.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on. You get a little herpes. What's the big deal? It's just
I really feel bad, because I'm gonna say I feel bad for you because you got to say I have herpes.
I do.
But it's just a cold sore. It's a freaking cold sore.
I have herpes.
Still
herpes.
Yeah, it's the herpes.
My face is riddled with herpes.
How do you know how you got it?
No. Doesn't everybody just have that strain of herpes?
Yeah, I don't get cold sores.
Well, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
No, thank you, Martin.
Herpes.
No. I don't. Doesn't everybody have them? Well,
no.
I miss it. No, apparently not, Martin. I don't. I don't have it.
Well, I don't know what to say then. I don't know what to say. I'm just sitting here riddled with herpes, not able to do anything about it.
It's okay, man.
Flare-ups caused by stress.
You.
Thanks, man. I love you too, buddy.
You think it is? So what else are you stressed about? You were stressed about the move mainly?
Yeah, that's really what's kind of stressing me out. The whole house thing, moving into there, you got to figure out, this house is probably twice the size of my current house, so we're going to have to slowly furnish it. It's going to be weird. It's going to be like you walk into the house, and there's going to be nothing there. It's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah. Minimalistic. That's how it's going to look.
Might I suggest putting all of your stuff when people walk in.
Just right there.
So they see your stuff there. The rest of the house, forget it. Don't worry about it.
So everything in the foyer. Everything
Yeah. Well, I mean, the foyer or, I don't know the layout plan of your home, I just know it's a lot.
Yeah.
I just know that it's a lot. It's like 12 bedrooms, right? It's got a moat.
Something
it's got
like
a dragon
that. Yeah, it's got a moat. We've got a dragon farm. We got that.
You got a
watchtower.
Surrounded by a moat. Watchtower. You got the barracks for your army.
The barracks, yeah. So. We got this giant wall made of ice that keeps the White Walkers on the other side. We've got that, which is sweet. Okay. I mean, it's pretty nice if you got a White Walker problem.
What's a White Walker? Wait, am I missing something?
That's the Game of Thrones thing.
Oh, I don't watch the Game of Thrones.
You don't watch the Game of Thrones? Yeah, me either.
It's basically pornography. It's like softcore pornography from what I heard.
Oh yeah? I don't know.
I saw one episode.
Yeah? Was it softcore pornography?
I blushed.
You blushed?
I was like, yeah, I was sitting there and Faye and I were like, well, let's watch this Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah.
And we started watching it and I was like, oh my.
Oh my.
There's a lot of stuff hanging out. And so there's a lot of things everywhere.
Stuff hanging out, huh?
Yeah, there's stuff hanging out everywhere. And then so was that vampire show on what was that vampire show?
I don't know.
It was like
the originals, the one that you said that you were watching.
No. It's not the originals because that's on the CW. It's not graphic.
Okay.
It's violent, but it's not.
True Blood.
Something with blood.
True Blood.
There it is. True Blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched one episode of that too, and I was thoroughly disturbed.
Yeah.
Like, it was super duper graphic. I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, you can't be watching shows from that HBO and Showtime, man. They're always going to throw some stuff at you that you aren't expecting, or that you are expecting. Yeah. I mean, there's just going to be out there. What I mean is,
some people
going to see some wiener. That's what I'm going to say.
Is that is that what you're seeing? Are we seeing that in the Game of Thrones? I mean, I don't know if I saw wiener that day, but
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I mean, I know that doesn't do much for my nerd credibility that I haven't watched the Game of Thrones, but I have been reading the books. And
you have?
Yeah, I read the.
Are they good?
They're pretty good. I mean, it's your typical fantasy fare. It's a little more in depth than most of the other fantasy novels that I've read.
Yeah,
but just because there's a lot more characters and there's a lot of stuff going on, and they all sort of diverge from one another and then interact with each other. I mean, as far as fiction goes, it's pretty solid, but there's a lot of, even in the book, there's a lot of sex and there's a lot of violence and there's a lot of there's way more incest than I really care to read about. Whoa, yeah. Well,
I hear that's a big thing in that it's like a celebrated thing with incest and dragons and midgets.
I don't know if it's celebrated. Hey, man, that character, Tyrion Lannister, he's probably like my favorite character in the whole thing.
Really, probably one of the better ones and everything.
He's just more interesting than most of them.
Okay.
Yeah. But as far as, you got your guy who's like Samwell Gamgee, you got your guy who's like Frodo, you got your guys that are, it follows a lot of the same ideas as like the Lord of the Rings, except the differences between good and evil are not nearly so clearly divided. You know what I mean? It's like they're all evil.
So basically, what you're telling me, I get that. I understand that.
Yeah,
but basically, what you're telling me is that it's basically the softcore porn of Lord of the Rings
with more evil. But that's not super far. It's not super far from it.
Even in the books, it is? It's like the 50 Shades of Grey for fantasy fiction?
Yeah, there's a lot of sex in the books.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like... I don't recall it being particularly explicit, but... there's just a lot of... The way they sort of talk about it and all that sort of stuff is a little more callous than you would expect.
Like what? They don't.
It's like how you would discuss sex in the locker room. It's just locker room talk, Justin. Locker room talk.
And they do that with everybody, like guys.
Yeah, they're all locker room talking. Yeah, that's
okay.
That's the thing. It's just I don't know.
With a British accent too.
Well, in my mind, they didn't have British accents when I'm reading through the book, but I imagine that they all have British accents in the show because that's how Americans understand anything that's sort of medieval or fantasy or whatever. It's all got a British accent.
I agree. That's
taking place in New Zealand, British accent.
British accent.
That's right. Gonna go back in time, British accent.
Exactly. Everybody was British back then.
Yeah.
Actually, most white people were, though. But
yeah, they're all British. Yeah,
they're all British. They pretty much are.
So, what do you think? Do you think that? Because I guess this was. I talked to Scotty earlier today, and he said that that there's a whole bunch of flack over people saying that you shouldn't watch Game of Thrones if you're a Christian. When it seems like the content of Game of Thrones, maybe you shouldn't watch it. That's, I mean, there's a lot of nudity and a lot of sex and all that. And gratuitous violence.
Is he saying, sitting there, when he say there's a lot of flack, is it people, in his congregation are like, hey, should we be watching this?
No. It's just something that he's noticed online. But I haven't really, I've not been reading a bunch of blogs lately. I mean,
yeah,
I'm reading The Bondage of the Will at the moment. So I'm getting ready for Reformation Day, man. I got to read me some Martin Luther.
Sounds riveting.
Oh, it's so good. Riveting. Martin Luther says, he talks the most trash of any of the reformers. It's insane. This guy said, let me get this out here for you. Let me read this to you because this is amazing. He's talking about Erasmus's book that he wrote. Erasmus wrote this book called Diatribe on Free Will.
Okay.
And
Diatribe on Free Will. That sounds awesome.
Right. Yeah, it sounds really good, right?
I'm just going to talk a lot about free will. That's basically what it is.
Probably.
Let me talk about free will. I'm going to diatribe on it. I'm going to call this book Diatribe on Free Will.
He said, your book struck me as so worthless and poor that my heart went out to you for having defiled your lovely, brilliant flow of language with such vile stuff. It is like using gold or silver dishes to carry garden rubbish or dung.
Wow.
Man.
I mean, I guess I'd have to read the other book to really get it, but...
Well, I mean, he pretty much said that his book was a pile of crap, is what he said.
I do get that, but,
Yeah.
But, all right. So, what would
Martin Luther cracks me up, though, man. He's so rude. It's hilarious.
It is pretty hilarious. Reminds me of some reform guys nowadays.
Hey, it's funny though. It's all
it
good.
Is funny. I haven't listened to any podcasts lately. I've been so busy. I haven't been able to listen to anybody that's rude and stuff like that, which I'm kind of missing it. I kind of want to get back and start listening to some rude guys. But anyways, I was going to ask you, what would Martin Luther say about the Game of Thrones?
Oh, I don't think that he would approve. I'm pretty sure Martin Luther would say that it also is a pile of crap, is dung. But he probably wouldn't say that the prose is so delicious or that the writing is nearly as good as what he said. Erasmus writes really well, but all of his ideas are garbage. I'm pretty sure he would say all of it is just garbage.
You wrote pretty good, but this sucks.
Yeah.
This is crap. That's basically what he was saying. You think he would say that about the Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
It's a well put together show. But it's total crap.
Well, he might think that television itself is some form of witchcraft. So I don't know.
That's true.
We're talking about a television kind of guy here. So,
which, mind you,
mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I enjoy many shows. I do, as we talked about last podcast. I just finished the season 5 of Arrow. I'm caught up on all the DC Universe television shows.
Oh my!
I'm very pleased. Well, kind of pleased. Like I said, Flash sucks.
Yeah,
but
you're very upset about it.
But I'm very pleased with the end of Arrow's season. Very pleased with the end of Arrow's season. Spoiler alert: everybody dies.
Oh, okay. Is that the end of the series?
Yeah, no, it's the end of the show or the season. Okay. We'll see. I think they're having a season 6. Did 5 seasons, and they're good. This one was really good. I was very pleased with it.
But they killed everybody.
So, they killed everybody.
They're
except
all
for
dead.
Arrow.
They're all
Oliver
dead.
made it.
His name's Oliver Arrow?
Oliver Queen is his name. They call him the Green Arrow.
The Green Arrow. Okay, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
You get me now?
I'm caught up. I'm caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm all caught up on that, which I'm very pleased with. I'm very happy with it and how it all turned out. And but yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. So, but I don't know if I'd say it's TV's the devil.
Yeah.
Because I really like some shows. But just because you like it doesn't mean it's not the devil, folks.
That's true.
Let's just think.
I think most people enjoy the devil because the devil is kind of
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight up.
That's not a lie, folks.
Do you know what TV show I like? Parks and Recreation. That's the TV show I like. It's very, very funny. Very funny.
Oh, good. Good for you, Martin.
Do you know what I don't like is the Wonder Years. Oh. My wife's been watching the Wonder Years, and here's why I don't like it.
Has she seen it already? Because that's an old show.
But I've seen Parks and Rec before, too. But I'm still watching that. Here's what I don't like about the Wonder Years, and I just discovered this having watched an episode with my wife. The Wonder Years is far too real. Far too entrenched in reality. That's not what I'm looking for with a TV show. With a TV show,
I want to escape reality.
That's right. That's exactly. If I want reality, I'll just live my own life. And when I'm watching TV, I'm trying to get away from that because it's super dull and, not terribly exciting at all.
Amen. Yeah. You know what I did?
Huh.
You know what I did today?
What?
I dropped my kids off at my mom's.
Okay.
I wrote my sermon.
All right.
I had lunch at Tijuana Flats.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I picked my kids up. I finished my sermon.
Mm-hmm.
Picked my kids up.
Mm-hmm.
Went to open house for my kids.
Ooh.
Took them to open house.
I hate taking the kids to open house. It's the worst.
And met somebody for dinner. The highlight of my day was like Tijuana Flats.
Yeah.
And so I want to escape. I want to escape a show that has this vigilante with a bow and arrow, wearing a hood, just going around and shooting people. Yeah. I want that. That's what I want. I want vampires killing other people. And they don't care. And they can do it whenever they want. Now, they can do it however they want. They don't sparkle.
Let's clarify.
Screw that crap.
That the vampires that you're interested in, they don't have all sorts of things hanging out. The vampire show you're talking about is the originals and not the True Bloods.
Has no body parts hanging out that shouldn't be hanging out in public.
Right.
They're all fully clothed.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want. That I don't want to. And here's I don't want that other stuff. Okay. Yeah. I don't want real life stuff. I don't want to see people for example, there was this one show. I liked it at the beginning. It was the show called The Outsiders. It already got canceled. All right, after 2 seasons, got canceled. But it was about these mountain men and all this tribe of mountain men living up in the mountains of Tennessee. I think maybe it's Alabama. I don't know. But anyways, and then they're fighting with all the people that are down below and everything, and the town below and the mountain people. They're all fighting. I'm like, man, this is a great show. Yeah. It has a hint of supernatural stuff in it too. And then the second season came around, and you're like, this guy's in jail on accident, and this person is trying to sell his house because his sister got cancer. And I'm just like, too real.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh, yeah. And literally the most enthralling thing was that his house was woefully underpriced.
Oh.
And I'm just like, this is crap. I don't want to see this because I can have somebody come and tell me my house is worthless. I don't want to live that.
Too real, man. Too real.
It is too real. Facts. That's a good point, Martin.
Real life is real enough. And when I watch a TV, I don't want real life. That's why I don't like reality shows. It's like, if I want to watch reality, I'll just open my window. I'll just look out the door. I'll just look down and see my real self right there. It's not that...
And be thoroughly disappointed with your real self.
Welcome to Intermission. Yeah, Intermission.
If I want a real life, I take my own shirt off and look in the mirror and I go, crap.
Still.
I gotta lose some weight. I'm still fat.
Still. Of course, I'm not necessarily doing anything to prevent the fatness. I'm actually kind of going the other direction. You know, I'm creating more fatness.
I need to go to the gym.
Dude, I made lasagna for church tonight to eat, and I annihilated that thing with cheese, dude. I mean, there was so much cheese in it. It was super duper cheesy. So if I get up and run out of here at any point tonight, just know that that's probably the reason.
You don't need to worry about that, buddy.
Yeah.
All that cheese is going to bind you up. People are going to be calling you like, I haven't pooped in 3 days because of all that cheese. That's a thing. That is a thing. But
we'll see.
That's a reality. Yeah, when the highlight of your day is what you ate.
Yeah.
Man.
See, but that's real life, though. Real life are the things that you eat. It's the stuff that you do walking around. And
which is why I don't want to see cooking shows.
Oh, I love cooking shows. I watch me a cooking show all day long. The frustrating part for me about cooking shows is that the ones that I like aren't on enough. I like Chopped and I like Cutthroat Kitchen. Those are the cooking shows that I watch. But neither one of them, I'm not getting any new ones on my DVR right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. You know what we need to do, Martin?
We
need to mix up reality and do something that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
I think we should play Mousetrap Roulette.
Mousetrap Roulette?
Did you see that video?
That looks really scary to me.
Dude, that would scare the crap out of me.
That looks
but I kind of want to do it and videotape it. Videotape it.
Oh, that's hard, man. That's hard.
Dude, when I'm bringing a bunch of mousetraps. You get a box. Bring a bunch of mousetraps in November.
So scary.
You and me, Mousetrap Roulette. I know it is scary, but it's going to be hysterical.
It's so terrifying. Oh.
We're going to need something to spin. Okay.
Okay. We can get something to spin. That's easy enough.
All right.
That's terrifying, Justin.
I know.
Absolutely horrifying. I don't want to do it.
Dude, we're going to do it. Like, see, that would shake it up, Martin. That would shake it up for us.
Shake up my reality.
It's going to shake something. It's going to shake. It's going to shake the core, very core of my existence. Dude, just think about it. You put your hand inside the hole of a box, where there's a mousetrap right there, and you have to touch the mousetrap. And some of them there's like 6 or 7 of them in a circle, and some of them are set, and some of them aren't. And you don't know if you're gonna get the mousetrap that hits. That sounds thrilling to me.
Yeah, it's very adrenaline.
Are you getting woozy thinking about it?
Yeah, man, I might pass out. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
Dude, I'm thinking it was posted to my Facebook page.
Yeah.
It told me that we have to talk about this in our podcast this week, and if we didn't, they would be very disappointed in us. And I feel like we don't just talk about it.
You feel like
we prepare to do it in November when I come down to visit, or I go up to visit.
Right.
All right. Yeah, I say we do it.
So you're still coming to visit then, huh?
Yeah, I'm not coming on that one weekend, but I'll come back next week.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the whole week off, but I can't leave till Thursday.
Okay.
So, because Faye has that Friday off. Faye and the boys have the Friday off, so it's like a holiday weekend.
Awesome.
So
come on up.
As long as you guys are going to be in town that weekend.
Oh yeah, man, I ain't going nowhere. I've got one more Sunday to take off this year, and I'm going to do that around Christmas time.
Okay, good call.
So that's the...
I've got a bunch.
You've got a bunch?
Get it all in.
As many as you want, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't take off. I mean, I could. They would let me take all the Sundays off that I wanted because I've only missed like 2 this year, and I get like 8. And,
well,
yeah. Yeah, and so, but I couldn't do that in good conscience, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
I could not do that in good conscience. I'm not that kind of guy. But I am going to take it off in November. And the reason why is because I realize that I'm in for a very busy season with the new youth minister coming in.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very busy season for me and everything. And, like, we're looking for this other hire. I know this is going to be a super huge season for me. And right around November, things should be kind of in place where I can take a break and get away. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the whole week off. Taking the whole week off on Thursday. I'm going to go to a one-day conference, and then when I get home,
what are you going to?
Faye, it's like something that real life. I think it's Andy Stanley. I think that's who it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go listen to him a little bit. So he's a little quirky guy, but you know he might have some good little nuggets. So I'm not gonna take it as gospel, but you know. You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
He says some weird. He's been saying some weird stuff lately.
He's getting himself into some trouble, but
yeah,
I'm sure he's got some good ideas as far as church as organization goes. He's got a good idea about how the organization ought to function. So
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. He's lost his way a little bit when it comes to certain biblical things. I think that's a good way of saying it, like actually biblical teachings.
Well, I think he's emphasizing church as organization over church as organism. I think that's what's going on. So and whenever you go too far in one direction, as far as understanding the church as one or the other, as organization or as organism, whenever you go too far in one direction, you become imbalanced. And your focus gets skewed. Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it. I'm pretty sure that's what's happened with him. I'm sure he's got a couple good ideas. I mean, I wouldn't take everything as...
Yeah. His sermon structure is pretty interesting. He does a 1-point sermon, but he looks at that 1 point from multiple perspectives. So, I mean, it's an interesting way of looking at it. It's not my thing, but... You know what? He's a much better preacher than me, so...
I think, he's a proponent of the old... he's a major proponent of topical sermons.
Yeah.
And how difficult they are to preach. And that if those that... if people that... how do you say? That don't preach topical, they preach exegetical, they're just looking for the easy way out. That's been a quote of his.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that whole... Right. That whole counsel of God idea, throw that on out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to you coming up.
I digress.
Maybe I'll have some furniture by the time you get here. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
If you don't, just let me know. If I gotta bring bring a
bean bag or something
like that. Yeah. Just let me know by the time. So I'll have that whole week off, so I'll be able to prepare.
Cool.
I'm definitely bringing my guns. Bringing guns.
Yeah. Bring some guns. We'll shoot some stuff.
We'll go shoot some stuff. That'll be some fun.
Maybe we can get some tannerite.
Oh, we can use the AR on that. We can use the AR. Let's get some of that.
I think we should get some.
I'm not gonna buy that and drive it up there.
No. Just because we can just buy it up here.
We'll get it there. Yeah, we'll buy it up there.
Yeah,
get some tannerite, blow some stuff up. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah.
We were talking about that in Sunday school. And I was like, and they showed me this video of these guys who had tannerite, and a bunch of hogs came around the tannerite, and then they shot it, and then there's like flaming pigs flying through the air. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. It's wonderful. They showed me this other one where a guy filled up an old refrigerator with tannerite and then shot that. And he almost died because the door came flying towards him.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was super far away from it, too. Incredible.
Right, we got to be careful of what we blow up, okay?
Okay. Let's blow up a tree.
That's a good idea. I mean, you could still get hurt by the tree. We probably need to wear safety goggles.
Yeah, that'll solve all the problems. We'll wear some goggles.
We'll wear some goggles.
Yeah. We can blow up a beaver
dam. We're going to blow up the beaver dam?
We can blow up a beaver dam.
You want to blow that up? You want to blow them up? I thought beaver dams are good for the environment.
It depends who you ask. There's one beaver dam that's got to stay there. Okay. Because my neighbor uses the water from the beaver pond to water his corn. So we're not messing with that one. He pumps the water out of there. He uses it.
Okay.
So we ain't going to mess with that. But we can blow up another beaver dam.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that, man. Sounds like fun.
Boom!
We're going to shoot some squirrels and eat them, too? We're going to do that?
Yeah. Squirrel will be in season. Yeah. That comes in later this month. Actually, next week. Next week, squirrel opens up. I'm going to have to take Dave out to the farm and shoot some squirrels.
Can't wait. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will.
We do have to kill something and eat it, okay?
Okay, we can kill something and eat it. I just hope it's not an armadillo. I don't want to eat one of those.
I don't want to eat an armadillo
either. We can kill an armadillo, but I don't want to eat one.
It's probably a good idea not to eat armadillo. I heard they have, AIDS. Isn't that what it is? Armadillos have AIDS?
I thought it was herpes. I thought it was just armadillo herpes. They're going around. That's why they all got
I thought it was
sores.
syphilis.
They're all stressed out.
Yeah, I thought it was syphilis.
Syphilis, yeah.
Does anybody know what...
got this gonorrhea-infested armadillo over here.
This armadillo's a slut. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we can shoot an armadillo, though.
Armadillos aren't they nuisance animals?
Yeah, you can shoot them all the time.
That's what I thought. They're are hogs nuisance animals?
Yeah, shoot them as much as you want.
Dude, what if we found a hog?
We can shoot it. In fact, if we find a hog, we should shoot it because they're nuisance animals.
They're major nuisance animals.
Right.
Yeah. That's how they are down here. You can shoot a hog if you see one.
Yeah.
They're nuisance animals, big time. They hate them. They hate them around here, so.
Yeah, I got a buddy that I deployed with who lives down there in Florida near Daytona. He hunts hogs all the time with dogs. And he's all the time putting up pictures on Facebook of the most recent hog kills and that sort of stuff. I'm like, man, that looks pretty fun, but how much of that are you going to eat all that? Are you just shooting them for fun? What are we shooting them for?
Okay.
Because I'm not against shooting a pig just to shoot them. That doesn't bother me.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Say I come up there. We go around on the properties with a couple guns. Mm-hmm. We go on your property with a couple guns, and we find a hog, and we shoot that hog. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because, listen, I'm learning a lot about tracking animals in that game, The Hunter. I'm pretty sure I can do all that in real life. Okay?
Yeah, you got it.
There's a good chance we're going to find a bear, too. All right?
Yeah, because there's a lot of bears in southeast Georgia. Tons of them.
There's a lot in Florida, so there's so many that they're allowing us to shoot them now. At a certain time of year, we're allowed to shoot a certain number of bears to get the population down. So, but anyways, I digress. We go out there and we shoot us a hog. We find a hog. We shoot that sucker, and then somehow get that hog back to the house. And we're like, hey, let's eat this guy.
Yeah.
Question for you. Because here's my issue. I got a real weak stomach.
Yeah.
And when I shot my first hog, they quartered it and everything for me. They cleaned it and quartered it, but I had to cut a lot of it up and everything.
Yeah.
It grossed me out thoroughly. Do you know how to clean and quarter a hog?
Yeah, you clean and quarter pretty much everything the same way.
All right, so have you done this before then?
Not with a hog, but it's all pretty much the same.
What have you done it with?
Squirrels.
Okay.
I've cleaned plenty of squirrels. Chickens.
Let's get us a squirrel. Let's get us a squirrel.
Yeah.
We'll clean a couple squirrels. You'll teach me, because I've never done it.
Oh,
I'm going to need to learn how to do it. So I should probably find a nice, before I come up, I'm going to get a nice sharp cleaning knife.
Yeah.
Because that's really important from what I hear.
With squirrels, you sort of peel the skin off like a sweater. Like you would take a sweater off of them. That's how you do rabbits,
you got to get it started, and then you just rip it off, right?
Yeah. Well, you grab it, you put your foot on its tail, up close to the butt, and you grab its feet, and you yank it up, and that pretty much takes the sweater off of the squirrel. If you do it right, if you can get it all in one swoop. If you don't get it all in one swoop like that, then you got to take your knife and you sort of got to trim around there to pull it all off. But you also got to gut it. You got to get all the guts out. And you don't want none of that.
Do you do that first before you take the sweater off?
No, I take the sweater off first, but you don't have to do it that way. But with a pig, generally what you'd want to do is you want to make a hole around the anus, right? You make a hole around the anus, then you cut. I thought the anus already had a hole, but what do I know about cleaning a pig? Right, but you don't want any of that poop getting nowhere, right? So you cut a hole around the anus, and then you cut up the stomach, right? And then you sort of reach up in there and you pull everything out, but you have to be careful not to let any of the waste from inside the pig, not to let any of that come out on any of the meat. Because you can taint the meat that way. Yes, sir. Yes. You got your hand raised. Are we pulling it out through the anus? Not through the anus. No. You cut a hole around the anus, right? How deep is this hole around the anus? It's not super deep. It's to get this. It's around the skin. So that way, when you reach up in there and start pulling out all the guts, that they just come with the butthole and everything. All of that just comes right out. So we're ripping the butthole off. You're not ripping the butthole off. You're ripping out all of the innards. You're ripping everything out of it. Can you draw a diagram for me? Because I'm really not sure how this works. Sure. You got your anus right here. You cut around the anus. All right. Then you cut from there. Then you cut straight down. From there, you cut from the hole. You cut around the anus. Yeah. You cut straight down. The chest. Yeah. Okay, all right. You cut them up towards all the way, chest. And you're cutting that belly and everything open. Well, you're not cutting open any of the organs. You're just taking it off of the. You're cutting the skin and the muscle, so that way you can reach up in there, grab all the organs, and scrape all that stuff out. This is how you do a deer too, and you scrape it all out, and then once you get all that stuff out of it, then it's going to be easier to carry and all that sort of stuff. So we should do that. We should do that when we first catch it. You do that when you first kill it, right? That's field cleaning. Leave the guts and the butthole behind. Leave all that stuff out there, right? Okay. The other critters will come and eat all that. They will eat the butthole. So, all right. Then you take it back to where you're going to quarter it, skin it, and quarter it, right? Yeah. And the way you do your skinning and quartering is you cut around all their feet. Cut remember that there, part. And then you hang it by its back legs with its head toward the ground, and then you go from the top down, and then you just cut, and peel the skin off. And then once you have that done, you quarter it, and quarter it just is exactly what it sounds like. You got cut it in 4 pieces. Yeah, you got a right leg, a left leg, right arm, left arm, kind of thing. Yep. Yeah. And then you getting it up at the shoulder. Yeah. And you get take that back strap too. Yeah, and you go in and you get all the little pieces that you want out of there. You give your dog a bone, and you get all your meat off there. Do you have a place for us to hang this pig upside down? We'll figure it out. Okay. We'll find a way to do it. Because I'm thinking this might take the whole weekend for us to figure this out. I have not seen any sign of pigs out there on the property. Okay. So I've not seen anything like that. I have seen sign of deer. Ooh. Plenty. We can't shoot those, though. No, they won't be in season yet. We have to have a license anyways. I don't have a license. Well, I've got a license. For that. Oh, okay. Yeah. But, maybe I should get mine before I go up there. You might not. I mean, if you want to, it's just expensive out of state. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll get my Florida one. There you go. See, I'm on the auto renew. You are? Yeah. I'm on the automatic, we'll send you a new license every 2 years thing. Okay. So, but that way I don't get in trouble for if I decide just to go fishing or something like that. I've always got that auto updating. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think about it. Do you believe that the government has the authority to tell a man what to do on his own property?
I don't think so.
Okay, well then you're over.
Okay, there we go.
Then you're wide open.
But then again, it's not my property; it's your property.
Right. But I don't care.
There, amen.